Hello, everyone. My name is Sabrine. I am head program manager with Magic. And today I have Sneha and Christine here. Thank you so much, Sneha, for the time you invested in being a Magic mentor. It's an honor and a pleasure to uh, be working with you. And congratulations, Christine, for almost completing. The final presentation is in the coming week, right? But almost coming to a closure of this, I hope, very interesting journey for you. Sneha, can you introduce yourself, please?
Hi, I'm Sneha. I'm a fourth year PhD student at Columbia University, and I've been mentoring with Magic for the past 3 years. And yeah, that's about it.
Awesome. Christine, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, hi, I'm Christine Johansson. I'm a 10th grader at Dominican Academy High School in New York City.
Awesome. So, Christine, you are not part of the one of the schools that we partner with, and um, you came to Magic as an independent, as we call mentee, meaning that you found out about Magic mostly by yourself. Can you tell us how did you find this out?
Mhm. Yeah, so I understand that Magic has a close partnership with Notre Dame, which is also in the city. So when I was exploring high schools, I did an open house at Notre Dame, and one of the students there was a Magic mentee, and she told me about her experience, and I was really amazed by what she was able to do in STEM. So I looked at the website and thought it was really cool and definitely for me.
Very good. Can you tell us about your project?
Mhm. Yeah, so Sneha and I have looked at the OASIS image data set. So it basically has a collection of MRI, brains, and tabular data that goes along with it. And we were looking at whether we could classify patients as Alzheimer's disease or non-demented. And we mainly focused on the handcrafted tabular features.
Sounds really cool and really advanced for for your age. How was the process of choosing which project to work with?
Mhm. Yeah, so I knew I was really interested in biomedical engineering and how coding can be applied through a medical lens. And I think Alzheimer's disease is really interesting. I have a family connection to it, and I know that it's an incurable disease, which makes it even more important to use biomedical engineering to help solve that issue.
Awesome. Sneha, how was I think that was a perfect match to start with. How was the this mentoring process for you?
It was lovely. Christine, honestly, she's so smart, so motivated, so advanced compared to how I was at her age. Uh, and she picked up concepts really quickly. She was always on time. I never had to chase her for anything. She was just like, I don't know, she was above and beyond what I was expecting out of a mentee. So yeah, I'm just very proud of her.
Thank you so much. That means a lot to me personally.
Awesome. And Christine, this I took a look at the your presentation and in your project, and as I was saying, I think it's very advanced for your age. How was the process of getting to study and work with concepts and maybe technologies, methodologies that are were not familiar for you?
Yeah, it was definitely a learning process. I had some prior experience with coding, which definitely made it a bit smoother. But again, has been incredible. She's so amazing at explaining really difficult concepts, and just finding online resources has also been extremely helpful in trying to understand the complex topics we're talking about.
Awesome. Was there, Sneha, was there uh, any aha moment that you had with Christine during this journey, or a moment that you think it was memorable? And same for you, Christine.
Yeah, I think for me, it was actually quite early on. I asked Christine a question just like designed to push her a little bit. When we were reviewing her prior project or that she did with Girls Who Code. And I was just asking her, like, oh, what would happen in this code if you didn't kind of shuffle? It was like a training testing split in machine learning. And I asked her what would
Oh, wow.
happen if there was like a class imbalance. There were lots of people in one category and very few in another. And she was able to reason through it and get to the right answer, that you would just like you'd get a really high accuracy by just predicting the majority class. And that was just so much, it was, so unexpected, because quite often people who do, especially at her age, you can memorize things, but she really demonstrated like a deep understanding of why she was doing different things and kind of a curiosity and ability to think through it. So that was I was very, very impressed. It was kind of like, oh wow, this is awesome. Well done.
Amazing. What about you, Christine?
Yeah, so many things come to mind, but I think a couple are like at the very beginning, how we were just getting to know each other, and we were talking about how, like, especially with like the stress of colleges and things like that, how you're just where you're meant to be. And I thought that was so cool. And I was like, wow, Sneha is like an amazing person. Like, she's so smart, but she's also really grounded. And then another example that comes to mind is just the way she's able to explain things. So she uses like anecdotes a lot of times, or like different just like examples to try to explain like the really complex topics. So one that comes to mind is a function that we used in Python, and she made it so that like we were trying to find like the matched IDs in the like data sets. So we had like two data sets, and we were trying to find like, was this participant also in this one? And she had the analogy of like, this is the class, and then this is like the entire grade. And that made the concept really much simpler to understand. And I was really grateful for that.
Oh.
That's amazing. It's good to hear like each other's how different it is, right? The moments that
Yeah.
each of you picked. That's awesome. And Sneha, is there any words you have for Christine for her next steps in her life and hopefully in her career?
Yeah, I mean, I think Christine did absorb exactly what I'm gonna say to her, which is that you do need to just stay present, not compare yourself to anyone else, because you are amazing. You are way further ahead than I was at your age. And it was my utter pleasure to mentor you and to show you around Columbia, because we're both in around New York. So that was lovely, meeting your mother and just like taking you around the university. It was just, I think you'll be so at home when you do pick a university. And I think the main thing is just don't worry about it. You've got everything
Yeah.
you need to succeed already. And you're an amazing student.
That's so great. Thank you so much, Sneha. And Christine, if you had to pick one learning, it can be a technical learning or life learning that you had during this mentorship, that will carry on with you for the rest of your life. What would that be?
Yeah, I think something that being with Magic and especially with Sneha has taught me is that like take things like one step at a time. Like when you're trying to do all of these like complex things, it can be kind of overwhelming to say I need to do like all of this. But when you really like take it one step at a time and you focus on understanding like each concept as it's applied, then you'll get like much further than if you just try to tackle it all at once without really understanding like what goes into it.
I think that's a lesson for everybody. uh, that's really amazing that that was what you're taking out of the mentorship. So thank you so much, Christine. Thank you, Sneha. We'll have this video on YouTube, and thank you so much for the time and sharing a little bit of your journey with magic.